Imagine bombing down a rocky trail, loose gravel under your feet, roots everywhere, and your shoes feel so locked in that you almost forget they're there. Today, that's exactly what this video is about. Finding the trail runners that make you feel unstoppable instead of sore, blistered, and disappointed. In this video, the countdown goes from 7 all the way down to 1, revealing the best trail running shoes you can grab right now, including wide fit options, minimalist shoes, waterproof-ready hikers, and a couple of legit trail beasts that can handle mud, rock, and steep mountain descents. 7. ASITVO Wide Walking Shoes. This is a minimalist barefoot-style shoe with a wide toe box and zero-drop sole. On foot, these feel very light and flexible, giving a lot of ground feel compared to traditional trail shoes, which is great if you like that natural, almost barefoot sensation when you're moving. The wide forefoot allows your toes to splay out, which can be a relief if you're used to narrow, tapered trail shoes that crush your feet on descents. Around town, in the gym, or on smooth park paths, this shoe feels nimble and almost invisible on your feet. However, once these are taken onto proper rough trails, some limitations show up. The zero-drop, low-stack design means there isn't a lot of cushioning between you and roots or rocks, so if you're hammering down technical terrain or going long distances, your feet will start to feel beat up faster than in more cushioned trail runners. The outsole grip is decent for light trails, but when surfaces get loose or muddy, the lugs and rubber compound don't inspire the same confidence as higher-end trail-specific shoes. On the positive side, the upper feels very breathable and flexible, letting a lot of air in and helping your feet stay cool during hot runs or workouts. The no-sew TPU overlays give the upper some structure without making it feel stiff, and the whole shoe wraps the midfoot comfortably without creating hot spots, especially if you have wider feet. Number 6. Kricely Trail Running Shoes. Kricely is a budget-friendly trail option designed with a non-slip, wear-resistant X-Grip sole. On first wear, the X-Grip outsole stands out. It feels tacky and stable on compact dirt and gravel, and the multi-directional grip pattern gives decent traction for moderate trail runs and hikes. The shoe is lightweight and reasonably breathable, making it comfortable for casual runs, walking, or even gym sessions. The overall fit is fairly accommodating, with enough room for standard feet without feeling sloppy, and the fluorescent design and reflective elements are a nice touch if you run in lower light. That bright styling might not be for everyone, but it does make you easy to spot on the trail or road shoulders. The cushioning is on the firmer side, providing a bit of ground feel while still giving enough underfoot protection for shorter to mid-length runs. Where the Kricely trail running shoes start to show their price point is in refinement and durability. The upper materials feel serviceable rather than premium, and while the mesh is breathable, it doesn't cradle the foot with the same locked-in feeling found in higher-end models. Over time, some users may notice the midsole feeling a bit flat and the cushioning compressing sooner than big brand trail shoes, especially if used heavily on rocky terrain. That said, these shoes are surprisingly versatile for casual trail runners, hikers, or anyone who wants one pair that can handle trails, light tennis, and everyday walking. 5. Kricely Walking Shoes. The Kricely Walking Shoes, a lightweight, breathable sneaker that sits right on the border between casual walking shoe and light trail companion. This pair focuses on comfort, with an airy mesh upper that keeps your feet cool and a cushioned midsole that feels soft enough for all-day wear. On gentle trails, park loops, and packed dirt paths, the shoe feels easygoing and relaxed, giving an approachable ride for newer runners and walkers. The standout trait here is the balance between low weight and cushioning. The shoes feel noticeably lighter on foot than many dedicated trail runners, which makes them great for people who want something they can wear from errands straight to a quick trail or treadmill session. The flexible sole allows your foot to move naturally, which can be refreshing if you don't like overly stiff shoes. And there's enough padding underfoot to keep casual runs and long walks comfortable. Even though they're marketed primarily as walking shoes, the outsole pattern and rubber composition do surprisingly well on light trails and dry conditions. Grip is more than adequate for packed dirt and mild inclines, and the shoe transitions well between pavement and off-road sections. They don't have the deep lugs of more aggressive trail shoes, but for everyday use and occasional trail adventures, they hold up better than expected. The upper breathability is another plus, particularly in warmer climates or during summer runs. The mesh keeps air flowing, which helps reduce hot spots and blisters on longer walks. Number 4. FitVille Wide Walking Shoes. The FitVille shoes step in as a savior for wide-foot runners and walkers who are tired of being squeezed by narrow trail designs. FitVille is known for its roomy fit, and this model combines a wide last with cushioning that feels more orthopedic and supportive, especially under the heel and arch. For long walks, light hikes, and low-impact runs, the underfoot comfort is immediately noticeable. The midsole is well cushioned and tuned more toward comfort and shock absorption than speed. It brings a bit of that pillowy feel when you land, which can be a huge relief if you deal with plantar fasciitis, joint pain, or just prefer a softer platform. The outsole features an anti-slip design that grips reliably on wet pavement and basic trails, keeping things stable when conditions are less than perfect. One of the strengths of this pair is how forgiving the fit is. The wide toe box lets your forefoot spread naturally, and the upper doesn't pinch or dig in, even as your feet swell during longer walks or runs. The materials feel durable enough for everyday use, and they bring a balance of breathability and support that works for both casual wear and low-intensity outdoor exercise. While these aren't pure trail racing shoes, they work well for runners or hikers who prioritize comfort, support, and room over ultra-aggressive traction and speed. Think of them as daily drivers that handle light trails, park paths, and city routes without beating up your feet. 3. Saucony Peregrine 12 Trail Running Shoe. This is a dedicated trail running shoe with a reputation for grip, protection, and versatility on a wide variety of terrains. On foot, the Peregrine 12 feels nimble and responsive, with enough cushioning to handle long runs without making the shoe feel mushy or slow. The outsole is one of the standout features, using aggressive lugs and a sticky rubber that bites into loose dirt, mud, and rocky sections. This gives a confident, planted feel whether you're climbing, descending, or traversing off-camber single track. There's also a rock guard built into the midsole to shield your feet from sharp stones, which allows you to keep pushing the pace on rough trails without constantly worrying about what you're stepping on. The upper is secure and performance-oriented, with overlays that hold the foot in place without feeling overly restrictive. Breathability is solid, so feet stay reasonably cool even as the pace picks up, and the shoe dries quickly if you hit puddles or shallow creeks. Overall, the fit skews toward a performance trail feel, snug in the midfoot and heel, with a more controlled toe box that keeps the foot stable on technical descents. In terms of ride, the Peregrine 12 strikes a balance between cushioning and ground feel. You get enough midsole foam to protect your joints over long distances, but not so much that you lose connection with the terrain. That makes the shoe ideal for runners who want to read the trail without sacrificing comfort, especially over half-marathon or marathon trail distances. 2. FitVille Trails Outdoor Sneakers. These shoes are built with outdoor use in mind, featuring a water-repellent upper and a cushioned midsole designed for hiking and trail running on variable terrain. For wide-foot runners and walkers who want to tackle more serious trails, this is a very compelling option. The water-repellent upper helps a lot when the forecast is questionable or the trails are wet and muddy. While it's not a full waterproof boot, it does a good job of shedding light rain and splashes so your feet don't get soaked instantly. The outsole is designed with trekking and trail use in mind, using a durable rubber compound and lug pattern that grips well on dirt, rocks, and roots. Underfoot, the cushioning is plush and supportive without feeling unstable. The midsole gives a soft landing that works well for longer hikes and steady trail runs, especially if you're carrying a bit more body weight or dealing with sensitive joints. There's enough structure in the shoe to provide stability on uneven terrain, but it still maintains a comfortable, forgiving feel. The generous fit is another big advantage. The wide profile and roomy toe box allow your toes to spread naturally, which is essential on longer days when your feet swell or when you're descending steep sections. If you've struggled to find trail shoes that don't crush your forefoot, the FitVille Trails outdoor sneakers can feel like a game changer. Number 1. Brooks Cascadia 18 Mountain Trail Running Shoe. This is a true mountain trail running shoe that has been refined into a highly versatile, all-conditions workhorse. After significant testing and updates, this version of the Cascadia is praised for its stability, traction, and improved comfort compared to previous models. It feels like a shoe you can trust on almost any trail, from muddy forest single track to rocky alpine routes. The outsole is built with TrailTac green rubber and multi-directional lugs, giving outstanding grip on wet and dry surfaces alike. The lug pattern is thoughtfully zoned, braking-focused lugs in the heel for descents, mixed lugs under the midfoot to aid mud shedding, and wedge-shaped lugs in the forefoot that help you claw your way up steep climbs. This design gives a confident, planted feel, and independent reviewers consistently highlight how reliable the traction is across varied terrain. What really sets the Cascadia 18 apart is the Trail Adapt system in the midsole. Instead of a traditional rigid rock plate, the shoe integrates an adaptive midsole, zoned outsole pods, and targeted protection that allow the shoe to flex naturally while still shielding your foot from sharp rocks. That means you get both protection and ground feel, rather than having to choose one or the other. The DNA Loft V2 cushioning provides a soft but controlled ride that holds up even over ultra-distance efforts. In terms of fit and comfort, the Cascadia 18 is surprisingly accommodating while still feeling secure. Final thought. That's all for today, folks.